Just now joining live. Damn, just read the title. I'm not gonna mess with that. Not even gonna mess with that. Just gonna go handheld. Just now joining the live. Read the title. Read the title. Read the title. Read the title. If you're just now joining the live, read the title. Read the title. Read the title. And also, while you're reading the title, I want you to read the description, and then I want you to go do your research. Don't go off of what I'm saying. I just have a thought. I expound on my thought, and then I go seeking for the truth. Now, when I got the thought, it was because over some time now, over some time now, I've been looking at just pondering on the back of the phone, right? Flip your phone over when you get a chance. Flip it to the opposite side, right? And I want you to see what you see on your phone, right? When you look on the opposite side of your phone, you see an apple. That apple is bitten, right? That apple has a symbolic message. Now, contrary to me doing my research, well, y'all all familiar with Steve Jobs. That's the owner of, that's the founder of the Apple, but he wasn't the one who basically made the well, he signed off on it because it was his it's his product. But the let me throw these shades on for a minute, man. We're gonna go dark on them for a minute. Yo, all right, bet, let's do it like that. Yep. So what we have here is that it's a guy named Rob Janoff. He's the person he's the person who designed the logo for the Apple, right? But before I did my research on that, I was just pondering and always saying to people like, yo, just knowing how this device is, and that if you don't use the device properly, knowing social media. Hey, what's up? If you're joining, I just want you to read the title and read the description, and then this is a research. We're gonna do some research on the history of the Apple device, and basically the logo on the Apple device, right? So I want y'all to read the title, and I want y'all to read the description, right? Now, like I said, once again, it's a disclaimer, because I don't want them like hacking and knocking the channel down just because I'm saying something or from my throat. I just was seeking the truth. It was a thought that came to my mind, and then knowing that these devices, and they always said that if not using these devices properly, they will cause chaos. You know what I'm saying? These devices will cause chaos and just cause problems. But I find it very synonymous that the symbolic symbol on the back of that on a phone, on all Apple devices, is a forbidden fruit. So was that when Rob Janoff, the logo designer, the guy who, now do your research. This is not something, like I said, I just came up with the thought some years ago. I'm just like, they got a forbidden fruit on the back of it. Like, and then if you know anything about the Bible, and this, when Adam and Eve, when Eve asked Adam to bite from the apple, that was forbidden. It was forbidden fruit, and then that was when chaos just happened. Just a bunch of chaos that's happening in a biblical. So what I'm saying is that when people do, when they made this device, and a person who also made the logo, were they sitting down and was this strategic what they did, or it was just all something that just like how I just conjured up the thought of thinking of? And this is not a conspiracy theory alive, because I don't want people to be, he's or thinking I'm going crazy. Hold up, look, I don't smoke weed. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that does it, but just saying I'm not on any psychedelics. I'm not on no marijuana, no turpentines. I'm not on any glues or whatever that, or wax or anything. I'm not on no mushrooms. I'm not on nothing. I'm just speaking. I was just seeking the truth. Something that came to mind, and I was just thinking about the symbolism. So you see, like And right now, like a lot of people, they jumped on and they jumped off. You know, they peeking. I guess they see the background. It's like, well, whatever. You know what I mean? We not here for all of that. We here to get a message across, and then we here for people to do their research. And let's get down to the bottom of this. You know what I mean? When Rob Janoff and Steve Jobs when Rob Janoff came in with that idea, was they sitting at the table together, and was they sitting there putting minds together? You know, like they say, great minds think alike. Was they putting their minds together and strategically plotting and planning? You know what I mean? For those of you that just sit on these devices, just scrolling all day. That's another thing, because that's what's all going to lead into everything to where I'm going at with all of this. It's a lot of information out here for us nowadays on YouTube. Whether it be conspiracy theories or not, you know what I mean? It's just all for you to just like take the hit message and then follow up, do your research, you know, study, you know what I'm saying? Read, you know what I'm saying? And search, and you will find the answers, you know what I'm saying? There's answers out here for everything, you know what I mean? Even when you hit a brick, even when you hit a you know, you hit a point to where you like, oh, I don't know if this is true or not. You can also always sit down and debate. And this has been going on from the beginning of time, having great debates, you know what I mean? And sharing our minds and our thoughts, right? But I don't think that this was so I did a little research on Rob Janoff, but hold on to this thought though 1 second, right? Not only do they give you the symbolism of the forbidden fruit, which is the apple, right? The apple product. Also, you know that the colors on them are symbolic to the, and not symbolic, but they are the LGBTQ. The LGBTQ. Hello, hey, what's up, brother? What's up, brother Muhammad? The LGBTQ colors, the rainbow colors, on the Apple device, right? So, is that symbolic to anything? You know, that's another thing too, because like I noticed no one can get on none of these devices and say anything against them, against that culture, against their class of people, but our culture, which is, you know, I'm my culture of people, get on here, they could just do a bunch of everything, killing, shaking, you know, stripping half naked, just going at it with each other, derogatory, going back and forth, and then the algorithms and the buttons is being pushed, and these messages are being streamed out by you know what I mean? They're continuously like just like the radio was, and just like the TV is. And if you know the back excuse me, the interpretation, how we used to say when I was coming up, they used to call it television. You know what I mean? So I'm feeling like that's what we in right now too, within this whole internet world. Now, those of us that are truth seekers, those of us that are conscious thinkers, and those of us that are thinking outside the box, what I'm saying is it won't be sounding like it's something crazy, or it's just like, oh, this guy's on drugs, or no, he's just talking a bunch of rhetoric. Like I said, do your research upon me saying what I'm saying, right? Now, our culture, anytime that we do anything that we put our mind to, and then we put our effort towards, we almost and not almost like it's, you can almost put us at a 90% ratio to dominate whatever it is that we get into. Now, on the internet, we're dominating the internet, right? How like all right, if y'all want to make it about money or whatever, how much of us are really making out of all of the content that's being on here, like making anything, monetizing or making anything off of this content? But even with that being said about making money or monetizing, I'm just saying, just the way that we're destroying ourselves, and we're letting ourselves be mentally and emotionally attacked through this device. And we're not paying attention to that. That's why I'm saying pay attention, because you see it's with the symbolic, you have to open up your mental and think about it. When that apple got bitten, it's just nothing but chaos. You know what I mean? So within on this device, if we not properly understanding what we're doing, it's nothing but chaos. You sit on here, you're scrolling all day, just looking at a bunch of nonsense and rhetoric, and this is what's like psychologically just playing in your mind. It's just like on the radio, when they play something, you become hypnotized. So if you're constantly scrolling, you're hypnotizing. Then when you see things, it's playing and feeding off your emotions. I feel like this was a design. This is not something that's just play. You know what I mean? Like I said, maybe I might be coming off a little too soft. I'm not coming off like, you know, harsh or brash or really even dialogue in the words, but I'm just giving it to you A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J. Like, I'm giving it to you in ABC form. Rob Janoff, just do your research. Don't forget about Steve Jobs. Rob Janoff, and then you get to Steve Jobs. Rob Janoff created, right? He created the Apple logo. I just watched an interview. This is why I'm able to speak about it, where he's debunking these things that I'm saying that he debunked them already years ago. He was like, no, I didn't put the LGBTQ the rainbow colors on it. It has nothing to do with LGBTQ. Actually, it goes further than that. The father of the father of the person, what's his name? Alan Turing, if I'm not mistaken, that's his name. Alan Turing, from the 1950s, which is he created the first computer. It was alleged to believe that but they're saying that he was gay. He was a British, and that they wouldn't accept that then. So he knew that he was gonna get killed, but he executed himself before they would kill him because he was gay. But he invented the computer. So they were saying that when he put those colors, when him and Steve Jobs, when they put those colors on it, that was them giving a old, like they was pretty much, you know, saluting him like that. Yo, we're giving, you know, this is how we're giving back. We're giving flowers to the man that created the computer by putting those LGBT, you know what I'm saying, you know, like for his life or whatever the case may be. But I find that ironic too, because man that created computer was gay. Created the first computer, right? Alan Turing, just look that up. Alan Turing. None of this that I'm telling you is nothing. Alan Turing, just look that up. So he killed himself. He was British and he killed himself. This is in the 1950s. He killed himself because they wouldn't accept him being gay, right? The British people. So, or whoever, you know, who found out. I didn't go deep into his story, but it's there. And all you gotta do is look it up, and everything that I'm saying is you'll fact check, and then you'll find more things on this, and then that you can educate yourself on. So now the chaos that what I'm saying right now, you see, we get on these devices and then we just up on here just doing a bunch of rhetoric, going back and forth with each other. Our emotions are being entangled into these devices, scrolling all day, being nosy, gossiping, digging into gossip. A bunch of, you know, rhetoric, fighting of our culture going on, fighting, arguing, going back and forth, killing. They showing all, you know, every time something happens, they're showing it. I'm also gonna do another live a little bit later. I'm trying to get my I want to get Hoop Wind down on this one, and the next live is gonna be about it's gonna be on, cause it's gonna be a segue to this too, cause it's about like how basically how the culture of the phone, the phone, it invented a subculture of dry snitching. You know, so it's almost anything can't happen unless without somebody pulling their phone out and they're recording it, and then they're posting it up without the without getting any, without the person who you know, they're recording people and then they just putting it out, and then the authorities or, you know, whoever, they can see all of this and see everything that's going on, line for line, the way it's happening. And that's like a whole subgenre of snitching, like, and it's just nasty. Actually, I'm gonna use nasty. It's filthy work. This device, filthy work. Pay attention. Pay attention to that forbidden apple on the back of this device. I gotta make this one short because I gotta go pick my children up. I'm gonna go pick them up from school. I want to make a part 2, so I'm hoping my guy Hoop Wind Down, Kicking the Door 44, go check his content out. He's also doing a giveaway with some sour sap, but I want y'all to briefly check into that, and then yeah, we are gonna do a part 2 Um, is these devices and the apps on these devices agents and symbolisms of destruction? That's the question. There's a forbidden fruit, forbidden apple, in the Bible. In the Bible, that when that forbidden fruit had got bitten, it caused nothing but chaos. They're giving us a device with a forbidden fruit bitten on the back of it. And we already, like, you know what I'm saying? If you already think, like, properly, they're always saying that if you're not properly using this device, which it's like millions and it's more than millions of people on these devices using this all for the wrong reason of chaos. But I find it ironic. They stop what they don't want. Speak anything about LGBTQ, right? Like, I mean, I got that rent. Like, they're gonna go into this. They may just take this off and just flag this. Spread the message, spread awareness. If you say anything derogative towards a LGBTQ person on these devices, anything, they will shut you down. They will flag your channel. You get up here, you put deaf culture, you speak about deaf culture, drugs, killing, BITCH, like, just talking bad on our woman, just putting out bad information. Our children are watching this. And they all on this. All the rappers, everything, drilling, shooting. It's just not even just the drilling and shooting, just anything with or any type of negative connotation coming from our culture. They're spiraling out of control on these devices. Pay attention, watch what I'm telling you. You speak anything against LGBTQ? Now, is that I'm trying to understand, is that by design? Is that by design? I'm just explaining to you. It's ironic the things that they do. They stop them dead in their tracks. You speak anything anti-Semitic about the Jewish community, they're gonna stop you. They're gonna dead it. Come on, pay attention, my people, man. We gotta wake up, man. We gotta wake up, man. But that was just a brief. I didn't really get to going deep. I like going really deep dive into it. That was just a short synopsis. I ain't really going. I have to head out. I'm gonna do a part 2. So when I do a part 2, hopefully I'll be able to have my guy on here. And we'll hoop 44, hoop wind down 44, and we'll go back and forth. That he'll look at this and then we could bounce around with some ideas, and we can you know, put our minds together on this newfound. Well, it's not even newfound, like I said, because once I had the thought, I started just looking up stuff and then just finding little things, and then all of this just like it just I'm finding it all ironic, but it's not ironic. Is it symbolic? That forbidden fruit on the back of this phone, is it symbolic to chaos? Will you use your device for the good, or will you use it for the evil? That is the question. Will you use it for the good, or will you use it for the evil? That's why I'm getting up on here and I'm working on positivity, working on putting out these good messages. But this, man, peace, love, happiness.